Hola, buenos días a todos. Gracias por unirse nuevamente a nuestra serie de destinos económicos dentro de todos los destinos que tenemos en IALC. Les estamos presentando algunos que sabemos que son una opción muy accesible para sus estudiantes. Y el día de hoy está con nosotros Fabiola Tiberi. Y Fabiola es de Accademia Italiana en Salerno. Y bueno, Fabiola nos va a platicar absolutamente todo sobre Salerno, sobre Accademia Italiana, todo lo que pueden hacer los estudiantes, los cursos, las opciones extracurriculares, actividades y demás. El día de hoy el webinar va a ser en inglés, pero voy a hacer algunas anotaciones de pronto en español para que lo tengamos también pues un poquito más para el mercado latino. Sin más, welcome Fabiola.
Thank you.
It's all yours, and you go ahead and start your lovely presentation about this amazing city.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pamela. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Fabiola Tiberi. I'm the vice director of Accademia Italiana Salerno. And I would like to thank you, Pamela, for this opportunity. And of course, I would like to thank you, Yao. So I will share my screen with you so I can tell you a little bit more about our school and above all about our destination. Just a moment. Okay, can you see my screen? I think so. So first of all, okay, I would like to introduce you a little bit of our destination because our school is located in the south of Italy. Okay, when we usually say, you know, south of Italy, you maybe ask about where exactly, you know, the school is, because, you know, Italy is not a little bit, it's not very big, but it's also, you know, we have different kinds of destination. We are located in the Campania region. I'm sure that everyone knows about the Amalfi Coast, Amalfi, Ravello, Positano. I'm sure that these are very well-known places that everybody knows. And we are located very near to these beautiful and famous touristic places as well. So why it's important to understand the location? Because maybe you have students interested also in traveling, and maybe one of the most important questions is, okay, what I can do apart from studying the Italian language, of course, and which places I can visit. You can visit a lot of places, many touristic places, like, as I told you before, the beautiful Amalfi Coast, which is also UNESCO heritage. And you can also visit Pompeii, for example. I'm sure that everyone knows about Pompeii. It's located only 25 minutes by public transport. This is the first selling point of the destination, because you can move everywhere by public transport, so you don't need to, you know, to spend a lot of money. You can go to Amalfi, to Ravello, to Positano, just in 40 minutes by ferry boat or by bus. You can go to Pompeii, to the archaeological site of Pompeii, or Paestum, the archaeological Greek site of Paestum, just in 25 minutes. Naples, which is one of the biggest cities in the Campania region, is located just 1 hour from Salerno. Okay, so about the city a little bit. Salerno is not a very big city, and this is another important selling point of the destination, because when a student, you know, want to have a real Italian experience, you know, they want to know more about our culture. They don't like staying, for example, in very touristic places. In Salerno, you can move everywhere just walking. Above all, about our area, you know, our accommodation is just a walking distance from the school. You can visit the historical part of the city, so the monuments, just walking 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And the city in itself, as I said, it's not touristic. And this is the second selling point of the destination. Because when you go to a very touristic places, you know that you have to spend a lot of money. The city in itself is not touristic, so the cost of living is very low compared to many touristic places like, for example, Rome or Florence. And why this is so important for students? Because, for example, we have long-term students. We have students who want to stay and study with us for more than 2 weeks, for 4 weeks, for 6 weeks, because they spend more or less the same money that they would spend staying 1 week or 2 weeks in very touristic places. So the city in itself is not touristic, it's not very big, 150,000 inhabitants, but at the same time is very close to many famous and touristic places, as we said, you know, the Amalfi Coast or Cilento Coast or Pompeii, as we said. Okay, so it's very important to understand this, because the location is something that real matters when you advise, you know, your students. Sometimes what they can ask, you know, how is the temperature, how is the climate? This is very important because we have warm temperature all year round. You have to think about, apart from my jacket right now, but we can go and swim, you know, because the temperature is always mild. Even during the winter time, for example, it's about 10 or 15 degrees. So it's the ideal place for young students, but also for adult students all year around.
Fantastic.
What we can offer, you know, as I have just said, our area offers a lot of opportunities, you know, lots of places to visit. We are a seaside destination. So the first thing that you can advise, of course, they can choose a different place, a different beach every day, you know, because we have the Amalfi Coast very close. Of course, they can go to Salerno as well. The school is located just in front of the seaside, so they just cross the street and go to the sea if they want. But we usually recommend, as we are a city, you know, they can choose a different places every day. They can go to the Amalfi Coast. And just 5 minutes by bus, you know, the first place of the Amalfi Coast is called Vietri, and it takes only 5 minutes by public transport. Or they can go to the Cilento Coast, which is also not well known as the Amalfi Coast, but it is also UNESCO heritage as well. And there are lots of you know, different places that they can explore. So it's a seaside destination, but at the same time it's also a very important archaeological area, because, as we said, it's very close to Pompeii, to Paestum, and we usually, you know, in our activity program, because what we want to communicate is that we don't sell only a language course. We sell an experience, because our students want to experience the Italian culture. They need to, they want to learn the language because they really like, you know, Italy. They are interested in our history, in our culture, in our cooking as well. And so what we want to offer them is the experience. We try to give them, even for short-term students, we try to give them, you know, how many possibilities we can offer, you know. And for this reason, we have an intensive leisure cultural program. At least we have 2 activities every day, so students can choose. We have excursions, for example, at the weekend, or full-day excursions to Capri, to Amalfi, to Naples, Caserta, the Royal Palace of Caserta. And we also have half-day excursions during the week. We also offer visit with tasting. Our area is particularly famous for mozzarella di bufala, or for limoncello, or wine. So why not? We want to offer our students also this kind of experience. So we usually organize for them a special visit with tasting, special practical cooking lessons as well. We have different kind of providers. We have an official school of cuisine, very professional, where we usually held pizza lessons and handmade pasta lessons. And we also have restaurants, so they can experience different kinds of cooking lessons as well. Social activities, most of these activities are included in the program. For example, on the first day, of course, they have an orientation meeting, and in the afternoon, we usually have a guided city tour for Salerno. It takes about 2 hours. And also seminars, cultural seminars about Italian music, opera, or Italian cooking, or Italian cinema and literature are regularly offered. And these kinds of seminars are always included in our language courses. What's your idea, Pamela?
I have a question regarding the trips, the weekend trips.
Yeah.
How much does a student spend on a ticket to go to the Amalfi Coast, for example?
Yeah, okay, it depends on, for our activities, you have to consider for a full day excursion about 50 euros, okay? 50 euros, and with 50 euros, everything is included. It is included, ticket for public or maybe also sometimes private transport. It depends on the number of students, okay? We have a big number of students. Maybe we also hire a private transport, or during the summer, we usually go to the Amalfi Coast by ferry boats because, of course, it's more fascinating also for our students. It's like a mini cruise. So tickets are included. If we are going to visit museum, for example, okay, tickets are included as well, and the guide is included. So you have to consider a wide range of 25, 30 euros for the special visit with tasting, so mozzarella, wine tasting, or limoncello. And you can consider about 40 and 50 euros for this kind of full day excursion. Okay.
Fantastic.
Also Capri, for example, it is very well known. And but if you also compare this, it's a very good question, and thank you for asking, because it always, it reminds me, for example, talking a little bit of the cost of living. We said before that Salerno is not very touristic, and why it's important. It's important to provide you with some examples. We usually have our breakfast at what we call bar, that is cafe. Okay, what we call it's a cafe, and we usually have, for example, cappuccino and or a croissant. If you go to have, a cappuccino and croissant, is about 2 euros. If you want to have a very good pizza with a drink and a small dessert, is about 10 euros. So you can understand that it's very good. And if you go to a restaurant, of course, it depends on what you are going to eat. But as we are a seaside destination, we mainly have a lot of places, and main courses about fish, with fish. And it's about 15 euros, 20 euros. So it's very cheap, because if you consider that if you go to a very touristic city, you can also spend about 5 euros for breakfast, and you can spend even more than 50 euros, for, I don't know, for a meal. Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. And, go ahead.
No, please ask me.
I'm just gonna translate a bit. I'm gonna do a short resume as well.
Okay.
Pero como pueden ver, la idea es que este destino está muy cerca de zonas altamente turísticas a nivel mundial. O sea, si no conocen la Costa Amalfi, hay que googlearlo, revísenla, es divina, es la foto de, o sea, es este lugar de ensueño, como muy turístico, pero para los estudiantes queda caminando, bueno, muy cerquita, sin pagar el precio de vivir en estas ciudades, ¿no? Y como ven, las excursiones de día completo pueden costar 50 euros, pero ya incluye el transporte y de regreso, las actividades, bueno, si es actividad de wine tasting o de cosas por el estilo, ya se incluyen todas estas cosas. Entonces, es muy económico el destino. Desayunar y comer en Salerno es muy económico, comes muy bien, es Italia, la verdad es que al final se come muy bien en todos lados, pero a un precio muy accesible. Entonces, esto lo hace fantástico. That's it. And we can go on with your.
Thank you. And another thing that I would like to stress is about, the cultural programs. So, we have a wide range of students, different ages, different nationalities. So it's important to say that we offer different kinds of activities. I told you before that an excursion is about 50 euros, 40 euros, or maybe even less for the tasting. But we also have, for example, local excursion to Salerno, because there are many places that you can visit and monuments that you can visit in Salerno. And the price for this kind of activity is about 10 euros and 50 euros. So we try, to offer a very wide range of activities and also very wide range of prizes for everyone, because we want everyone to be included, in what we offer. The cooking lesson is about also 50 euros. It depends on, the what you want to do, but in the 50 euros you have to consider that we also include the dinner, because students cook, things, and at the end they also can eat what they have cooked, so it's also nice. Other information that we can share with our agents about the programs. Of course, we offer the general language programs for everyone. As I told you before, we have a wide range of students. The average age of our students, it depends on the season. In high season, for example, we can have students, even younger students, because we have a special program that is called juniors program for students aged 14, 17, and this program runs on fixed dates. But we also have, students about 20, 25, 30, and always adult students. For adult students, we also offer special program like 50 plus program, which is one of the most common one. And this kind of program includes the Italian language course. It has a length of 2 weeks, and also cultural activities as well. So in the program is included, for example, the cooking lesson, the ceramics lesson, because our area is also famous for ceramics. Amalfi Coast is very famous for ceramics. So we take our students to the Amalfi Coast, we show them the workshops, and then they can also make and paint with the colors of the Amalfi Coast an object that they can bring with them. So wine tasting or limoncello tasting is also included, and always at least one full day excursion and one half day excursion. So this is one of the most popular programs, and we have at least 1 or 2 dates every month. I don't know if you want to translate a little bit or...
Yep. Great. De los programas que pueden ver también tenemos todo el tema 50 Plus, que en Italia son muy populares los programas 50 Plus, porque hay un montón de actividades que hacer, son programas ya armados, son programas en los que la gente va directamente pues 2 semanas como retiro y hacen actividades específicas, turismo, clases de cocina, clases de wine tasting. Y lo mismo puede pasar, idioma, food and wine, o sea, misma dinámica, aprendemos idioma primero y después tomamos las clases, lo que cocinamos lo comemos. Y hay programas para familias, para que, bueno, los papás vayan con los hijos, obviamente cada quien en su clase, pero es que pasa mucho también, en Europa pasa mucho que se van de vacaciones en estas temporadas. Están los programas de junior, summer camps. Me ha pasado mucho que los agentes me dicen, oye, es que ya los estudiantes ya saben inglés, ya no quieren un summer camp de inglés, ¿qué les podemos ofrecer? Bueno, un summer camp de italiano puede ser algo diferente para ofrecerles a los estudiantes. Y pues justo esta gran variedad de programas hace que también haya algo para todas las opciones. Y tengan en cuenta de nuevo esto, mucho del público de Accademia Italiana es europeo. Entonces hay un mix de nacionalidades muy amplio, y esto ayuda también a que las clases sean más divertidas también. Y además de las edades, ¿no? Que ya vimos, hay para niños, hay para adultos, hay para todos. Ready?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Pamela, because you also gave, important information about the language, food, and wine. it's more or less the same as you said. You know, the main difference it is that it's more focused on cooking, for example. So you have, as I told you before, our students are always in love with our Italian cooking, so they want to have more experience in gastronomy. So you have more cooking classes, more wine tasting. So it's more if we compare this with 50 plus. And family is a 1 week program, because we also have a lot of families, as you said, you know, parents traveling with children. So we offer the Italian language program for the parents and the Italian language program for the children. So it's very successful as well. And juniors, we have 5 dates for juniors. We start in June and we end at the end of, in the mid of August. We offer with this program that is also popular, even though it is in Italian. We know that, you know, English is more popular, but we have a very important request also for the Italian language for juniors, and they can choose if they want to be accommodated to stay in a host family for a very full immersion, or if they want to stay in a residence. They have the Italian language classes and a lot of activities, sport and sea and excursions in the afternoon. And another nice program is the last one is the New Year program, because when you say that Salerno is a seaside destination, maybe people think that, okay, I can go there just in summer. No, it's not true, because we have programs all year around. And New Year program during the New Year time is very popular as well. We have a very well-known Christmas lights exhibition in Italy, in Salerno as well, and a lot of tourists coming. And we decided to organize and to offer this kind of experience also to our students, because it's nice, you know, to share our celebrations and our traditions during the Christmas and New Year time. So accommodation, which kind of accommodation we can offer? We have standard and executive apartments. So again, it depends on the kind of clients you have. For example, young students usually prefer the standard shared apartments, in which they share bathroom and kitchen with other students from the school. Then we have the executive shared apartments, very new, very comfortable. Each bedroom has its own bathroom and suite, so more privacy, more comfort as well. And these kinds of apartments are located at maximum 20 minutes walking distance. This is another selling point of the destination. We don't want stressed students, so we want our students always to be relaxed. They don't need to get any transport to come to the school. They can walk. Okay, also our host families are located at maximum 20 to 25 minutes walking distance, but the average is 10 minutes walking distance from the school and the city center. They can choose if they want to have a family with breakfast or out board. And for our juniors, as I said before, for the juniors program, we also have a residence in which is very near to our school. Okay.
Lovely.
Okay.
Oh, yes. That's
okay.
our
prizes. So we started before, and so I have to go back a little bit. We started with the selling point, the first selling point of the destination, which is the geographical position and the cost of living that is very low compared to many touristic cities. Also, I think it's important to see and to have a look at our prices, just to give you an idea, of course, from 1 week and 4 weeks, okay? Because we usually have short-term students that stay minimum 2 weeks, but the minimum stay is 1 week, so you can also advise 1 week. And the average is about also 4 weeks or 8 weeks. So for example, for the standard course, it means 20 group lessons per week from Monday to Friday, and so it's 4 group lessons a day, and 1 week is 240 euros. So it's it's, you know, a reasonable price, I can say. Then we have the intensive course, which is 30 lessons. So each lesson is 45 minutes and 1 week is 380. Or the super intensive, for example, if you have a client who is particularly interested also in a tailor-made course, the super intensive is a good combination of the group course in the morning and an individual lesson in the afternoon. So sometimes, for example, we have students interested in taking official certifications, or they study Italian for their work, so they want to, you know, they have particular questions, they want to focus on something in particular. Super intensive course is the ideal course for them, and the price for 1 week is only 430 euros. The cost of living, as I said, it's not very high. For example, for a single room in a standard shared apartment, you have to consider 1 week 170. But, you know, this is what we, you know, we usually offer. And as I said before, we have different kinds of clients, and this is the ideal destination for young students and for adult students. We also have, for example, very good agreements with many B&B or hotels in our area. And for example, just to give you a price for a 4-star hotel near the school, the single room is only 70 euros, breakfast included. So it's quite good if you consider that it's a 4-star hotel, because we have this special agreement. So we try to offer our clients a different kind of accommodation options and different prices as well.
Fantastic. And it's just that I'm making some numbers, like quick numbers, and like 4 weeks of the general course and 4 weeks of accommodation at the cheapest option that it's in a shared apartment, it will be like at 1,500 euros. So it's really cheap, it's really accessible. Plus, we have to think about the cost of living in the city, that it is going to be very affordable for the students. I'm going to say it in Spanish then. Los precios, la verdad es que, como vemos, por ejemplo, 4 semanas de curso general con el alojamiento más económico que ofrece Accademia Italiana serían 1.520 euros por un mes de acomodación y clases. Y tengamos en cuenta de nuevo lo que nos comentaba Fabiola, de que es súper económico el destino, es súper económico comprar un desayuno, comprar tu súper, las salidas dentro del destino. Entonces, yo creo, how much do you think the student will need per month to spend? I mean, a regular student, not one that wants to go every single day out for dinner and for parties.
It depends on what they want. It depends where they go. For example, we also have young students, but also those students, they have lunch just in front of the school. There is a small places that cooks, you know, pasta and, for example, fish with vegetables, and the price is 5 euros because we have because of this special agreement. So they can have one small bottle of water and one course that can be pasta or can be fish or meat with vegetables, just for 5 euros. So it depends on, but it's I think
that 5 euros is amazing. Like, it's a good price.
Yes, it is.
Por 5 euros nos comenta Fabiola, que hace rato también lo mencionó, pero ellos tienen como un agreement también con unos restaurantes cercanos, y los precios para un lunch para el estudiante puede ser un plato de pasta, 5 euros. O sea, realmente, y bien servido. Recuerden que en Italia se sirve bien, se come bien, it's a lot of pasta. Entonces, por 5 euros es un precio bastante accesible para el estudiante. Entonces, teniendo en cuenta esto, y además, I didn't remember if we mentioned the distance between the accommodation and I know that it depends on the accommodation.
No. We said that it maximum 20-25 minutes walking distance, but the average you have to consider it's about 10 minutes. And we also have some accommodation just in front of the school.
Fantástico. Entonces, ahí también se ahorran el costo de transporte público, es otro costo que no van a pagar, por lo que se vuelve muy accesible. Ojo, también sabemos que de pronto los estudiantes que quieren ir por más tiempo quieren rentar ellos sus propios lugares, sus propios apartamentos, pero a veces, de nuevo, conviene que se queden con el alojamiento de Accademia Italiana, porque así les queda muy cerca de la escuela, ya no tienen que pagar el alojamiento, digo, el transporte, el alojamiento sí se paga, y listo, o sea, toda esta parte nos vamos ahorrando de poco en poquito costos que pueden ayudar al estudiante a tener una experiencia muy positiva. Y recuerden, además, estamos cerca de muchas ciudades turísticas, Nápoles está a 1 hora. It was 1 or 2 hours, Naples.
No, 1 hour by public transport, and we also have a very fast train. It takes only 40 minutes, so it's very well connected also with the airport. So it's and also another important information is that sometimes you can also have long-term students, so students who stay with us for months, and they ask, okay, but I want to see and to visit also other cities. Why it's important to stress the geographical position? Because we are on the main train route. So if you want to go to Rome, or if you're arriving in Rome and you want to reach Salerno, it takes only 2 hours by train. So it's very well connected. Florence, it takes 3.5 hours by train. So it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. And that is part of the interesting thing about Europe, you know, like you can travel around even when you choose one specific city, you can travel around during the weekends. So I know that sometimes the students are hesitating because it's like, I don't know, Salerno, I have never been there, or I have never heard about it. But once they are there, first, they're gonna love it. And second, when they see where they can travel during the weekends, they're gonna be fascinated, because by train, by bus, it's really easy to move around, and there are a lot of options for them to do over the weekend, or even after the course finishes. I don't know, maybe they book 6 weeks and the other 2 they want to do holidays, so they can tour around Italy or even choose any other destinations, because also the airport is very, very close.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. It's the idea, because we have, for example, lots of American students. I would like to provide you with this example. American students that maybe visited Italy for the first time. So when you say, okay, come to Salerno, of course they ask you, yes, but I also want to visit, you know, other cities as well. And when they come and stay with us, they usually, you know, want to come back to Salerno again, because of the cost of living, and because they can travel at the same time. So they spend less money, but they can also travel and see a lot of
the money
places
that they save on the cost of living, they use it for traveling. Definitely.
Exactly. And I also would like to add that, okay, here I just, you know, put 1 week for the single standard, but if you have 2 students traveling together, it's cheaper. And if you have students traveling for more than 4 weeks, for example, a double room in a standard shared apartment is only 110 euros per person. So it's nothing 1 week. So it's important. Yeah.
Super cheap as well. Yeah, fantastic. And where we can find you, the school, pricing, everything.
You can find everything here in our website. That I also would like to share. You know, I also would like to show you a little bit. We have, of course, social network, and we would like you to follow us on Instagram, for example. We are very active on Instagram, because we share them pictures of our activities, our classes, of you know, that our students share with us as well. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, please visit our YouTube channel, because you will find, you know, groups, for example, videos for our special program for groups of, for example, young students, but also adult students as well. So video, I think it's the most effective mean to really know a place when you have never been there. And the website, and if you allow me, I just want to show you.
Yes, please go ahead. I know that you have a lovely video to share with us.
Yeah, so, just a moment. Yeah. I want to...
Entonces, síganos en redes sociales. Creo que siempre es la mejor manera, de nuevo, les hemos insistido mucho en síganos en redes. Es la mejor manera de compartir con el estudiante la vida real de Accademia Italiana, que vean las actividades, que vean lo que se está haciendo, los videos nuevos, las fotos. Entonces, síganos en redes sociales, síganlos en YouTube. Especialmente creo que ahí podemos sacar mucho material para los estudiantes. Y nada, pues Fabiola nos va a enseñar también un video La página web está muy completa, entonces cualquier duda que tengan pueden entrar a la página web y eso les va a ayudar bastante.
Yes, and for example, for agents, you can also have a very dedicated area. You can choose the language. We also have the Spanish, for example. And if you go here, you will find every kind of information, and also in our here, for example, in our agents area, you put the password that we can share with you. It's Accademia. It's the name of the school, Accademia 1234. Okay. And you will find everything here. Okay. So you can find, for example, our selling point, information about how to get to Salerno, por qué promocionar Accademia Italiana, our programs, courses de Italiano as well. Yeah, and all our programs here. For example, if you go here, you can download a PDF with all the information, the prices as well. You can also download pictures and video to show to your clients. So you have everything here.
Fantastic, fantastic. And can you give us again the password so we can put
yes,
it
the password is the name of the school. So it's Accademia, okay, with capital letter, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's very easy, okay?
Fantastic. Great, lovely.
Easy. So if you agree, I would like to share with you our video. Yes, just to I don't know if you can hear the audio. I think so.
Maybe we won't hear it, but for sure we will, because maybe you're gonna hear it on your headphones.
Yeah, but I was trying to find. Okay, no, because maybe you are recording, so I can do this. Okay. Can you hear it?
No. No, but don't worry. Like I believe that we can.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe you can guide us through it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Here you can see what you can do. So we talked about before. Visit to places to visit. This is Capri, the islands, the beautiful islands of Capri. Takes only 1.5 hours by ferry boat. This is Amalfi. 40 minutes by ferry boat as well. Ravello, which is very famous also.
It's so beautiful.
And this is the Amalfi Coast, Positano, which is one of the most well-known places of the Amalfi Coast. Ravello again. And this is the Cathedral of Amalfi. Pessum, the famous archaeological area of Pessum, and this is, the view of Salerno, and the school is just in front of the sea. Okay, it's one of these buildings just in front of the sea. Pompeii, 25 minutes by train, and always with guided tour.
Yeah.
And this is Salerno seaside. The school is just in front of the seaside. So for example, we usually have students, during the break, after the lesson, they want to have a coffee just in front of the sea, and it's very easy and accessible.
Fantastic.
This is the school, okay? We have all the first floor, and Francesca, the director of the school as well. And we have 14 classrooms in the main building, and 7 classrooms in the annexed building as well. In our classes, we have maximum 10 students, and this is another big selling point of the destination compared to bigger school where you have 14 or 20 students in a class. This is the excursion to the Reiki Castle, the city tour with our students. This is, for example, one activity included in the course prize, the city tour. They know a little bit more about the city, the monuments, but it's also a way to show them, for example, where they can have, you know, they can go shopping, or where they can eat. So it's a guided, in this sense, a guided city tour. Accommodation in host family, as I told you before, maximum 20-25 minutes walking distance from the school. Cooking classes.
That seems amazing. That's my favorite part of it.
It's very authentic. I mean,
definitely. It's so, yeah, it looks like a dream come true going to study with you.
Thank you. Ceramics lessons, for example. And this kind of activities is always offered, you know, by the school, also for standard students. And ciao, Francesca said, okay. And but also it's included in our 50+ program as well.
Fantastic. It was great to close with the video. I think that it was very enlightening. And thank you very much for your time today.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you for your help. And recuerden que todo está grabado, todo lo vamos a compartir con ustedes. Y pues nada, hay que empezar a enviar estudiantes a Salerno, que además hay pocos hispanohablantes dentro de la escuela y esto ayuda también. Ya vimos 10 estudiantes en la clase, poquitos salones de clase, de una ciudad pequeña, muy poco turística, pero con muchas opciones alrededor. Es el lugar perfecto para aprender de verdad italiano y pues un destino que podemos empezar a promocionar con la seguridad del respaldo IALC. Muchísimas gracias, Fabiola.
Gracias a todos. Thank you so much. Mauricio Sanchez, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. And we are always available. You know, you have our contacts, and you can also, you know, you can contact us if you have any questions from the students as well at any time. Thank you so much, Pamela.
Fantastic. Take care, Fabiola.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.